Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, a trap version of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, the show that's going to get all spoilery up in here. Hence the words spoiler warning in the title itself. Okay, so I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any wee. You never told me to spoil the movie. Okay, it's literally in the title of the show, everybody. All right, so, but yeah, we're going to get a little M. Night Shyamalan up in here. We're going to get some Josh Hartnett going on. But before we get too far over our skis, let me give you something to dance to.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right, everybody. Yes, it's time to kick back and relax. It's almost Friday. It's Thursday night. It's pre-Friday, as I call it. And it's time to, just get ready for the weekend. And I see my man over here, Sean, is here. He's getting ready. He's here, right here in the show. He's ready to rock and roll. And, I'm sure he's drinking something. He's probably got, like, some fantastic glasses and coasters to use to imbibe whatever fine, sophisticated cocktail that I'm sure Sean is enjoying right now, because he's a man of sophistication. Okay, he's a man of leisure. He's an avid indoorsman, and he knows what to drink and how to drink it. Okay, there you go. So have I blown enough sunshine up your ass there, Sean? But hey, just want to welcome everybody to the show, especially my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You know who you are. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody that you can get into the live chat, okay? So it's your chance, if you've seen Trap, to live chat with me and everybody else in the live chat about Trap. Let them know, hey, if you hated the movie, if you loved the movie, somewhere in between. Maybe you're like me, like some of it, but you didn't, but you hated some of it, that kind of thing. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Or hey, talk about any other movie you want in the live chat. Run it by me or run it by the live chat. Okay, it's a community of collaboration, of communication over here. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing here. Okay, but I should have like some Sarah McLachlan music playing. It's so beautiful and emotional. It's a spiritual experience here on Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, because we're all supposed to come together. Remember the scene at the end of The 40-Year-Old Virgin where they're dancing around the tree, holding hands and being hippies and all that stuff. Well, that's Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, everybody. All right, so absolutely. So grab your love beads and let's get into this right here. Okay, so Trap. Yeah, I've got thoughts. Okay, apparently, Josh Hartnett and M. Night Shyamalan, they just don't pack them in like they used to. I mean, Trap, it opened up at number 3 last weekend at the box office and made less than expected. Actually, out of all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies, it was the second lowest grossing movie for one M. Night Shyamalan ever, behind last year's Knock at the Cabin. So, yeah, not a record-breaking, award-winning weekend at the box office for M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, his star was was rising, right? I mean, in the early 2000s with The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and Signs. And I mean, it was just heading on up there. I mean, it was just on its way. And then pretty much, I mean, it's sad right there, because pretty much ever since his big debut movies and that kind of thing. I mean, it's really just kind of
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
or M. Night in this particular case. And so I think people are sending a message to M. Night Shyamalan, like, you're really good at coming out with the movies where you've got a great idea, cool idea. I mean, because most M. Night Shyamalan movies, when I hear the premise of it, like, ooh, we got to go see this movie. Oh, my God. And then I remember, like, oh, shit, but it's M. Night Shyamalan writing the movie. Okay, maybe not. Oh, and it's PG-13? Oh, God. Okay, yeah, it's, wow. Okay, so it's going to be another one of those flaccid kind of movies, like a flaccid thriller that it's trying to be scary and suspenseful, but it's kind of flaccid. Okay. Now, he used to be able to make a thriller without it being effeminized and low T and flaccid. Again, like those three aforementioned movies, Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs. None of those were R-rated, but he had the suspense going on. But I think now M. Night Shyamalan, to be perfectly honest, he's lost a step or two or three. He's just phoning it in. Pretty much this movie is just a platform for his daughter's music, because his daughter plays the pop star Lady Raven in this. And so I think that he just wasn't bringing it. Okay, he wasn't bringing his A game whatsoever, and it shows. It shows in here, and you would think that he would, because he's spending all his own money on these movies. Okay, this didn't get financed by Paramount or Warner Brothers or Universal. This is all M. Night's money, man. It's all homie's money. And you would think, like, I want to make my money back, okay? Because I know he's rich. I mean, I'm sure he's got millions and whatnot, but I'm sure he doesn't have like Elon Musk or like Warren Buffett, like fuck you money, or that kind of thing, like where you pretty much like just do whatever you want. I mean, we all know Elon Musk's toilet paper is probably like rolls of $100 bills, right? I mean, but I don't think M. Night Shyamalan is rolling in that much cash. Okay, so you got to do a better job there, M. Night. I don't know. I mean, he's just not bringing it anymore. And so the movie going public showed him this last weekend that, we're just not feeling you, dog. Just not feeling you. You've tricked us many times before. Knock at the Cabin was the most recent time that he just put out half-ass content last year. That movie just, and there was another movie with a great premise, like ooh, end of the world, signs of the end of the world, and they got to kill these people in order to prevent the end of the world and everybody dying. Like, wow, what a great premise! This is awesome. Wait, what? It's M. Night Shyamalan writing it again? Oh, God. Yep. Oh, my God. What the hell?
No, God, please, no.
So, but I thought with Trap, though, I thought it was going to be a little bit different because it does have Josh Hartnett in it. And I've always been a big Josh Hartnett fan, or pretty much maybe more to the point, I've been a fan of a lot of Josh Hartnett movies, and he just happens to be in them. The Faculty is the first thing that I ever saw Josh Hartnett in, and I thought The Faculty was pretty damn good. The Robert Rodriguez movie from the late 90s, it's the alien invasion movie that pretty much just surrounds this high school. It's kind of like Independence Day meets Beverly Hills 90210, right? With Elijah Wood before he was Frodo, right? And but Josh Hartnett was in that, and Jordana Brewster, Total Smoke Show. Later on, we would know her more as what's her face, Maria or something like that, or Lydia or someone in the Fast and the Furious movies. She's Paul Walker's Squeeze in the Fast and Furious movies. And but yeah, we saw Josh Hartnett in that. Later on, he shit the bed. He was in Pearl Harbor. And then he was also in Black Hawk Down. I'd say Black Hawk Down is probably my favorite Josh Hartnett movie, where he played Sergeant Eversman in Black Hawk Down. Talking about the military operation in Mogadishu, the shit show that happened during the Clinton administration there. So Black Hawk Down, the Ridley Scott movie, the movie that I managed to watch probably about 5 times a year, just kind of just slips its way into my Blu-ray player, or I check it out on streaming or something like that. So Black Hawk Down. I'm trying to think of any other Josh Hartnett movie. Like, he had a brief appearance in Sin City. Sin City was pretty good. Lucky Number 11 is a movie that I remember he was good in. Bruce Willis was good in it, but I've only seen it once. It's a movie that I've always meant to revisit, and I'm sure there's probably a real obvious Josh Hartnett movie that I'm completely skipping over. And I'm sure, somebody in the chat or someone watching this later on is going to get in the comments like, how the hell did you leave this movie? Oh my God, Josh Hartnett was in this and that and this. And, so 40 Days and 40 Nights. That was another one where it's kind of a lame rom-com. It had some really odd women in it. So that was probably the only good thing about it. What was that? 40 Days of Night or something, like 30 Days of Night. The vampire movie that he was in, that happened up in Alaska, that kind of thing. So got some other suggestions right here. Got Ben Raku. Okay, all right, gotcha. You've got one on me there. I have not seen that movie. Apparently, it's a great movie there, Sean. So to look that up here afterwards. I'm always hip. Or always looking for a new movie suggestions right there. But and sometimes, like, some actors, some of their better movies are just like these lesser known movies, maybe straight to video or whatever. But yeah, absolutely, Josh Hartnett. So all that to say is, yeah, I've always been a Josh Hartnett fan. So that's why I was looking forward to Trap a little bit more than most M. Night Shyamalan movies. Plus, Josh Hartnett's been making a resurgence here, primarily because of Oppenheimer last year. I mean, he's been in other stuff. I said, like, in my spoiler-free review on Sunday, that he's taken like a sabbatical, a break from Hollywood for the last 10 years. I said that before. I should have done my homework first before that, and I found out as I was looking through his filmography and IMDb, like, well, he really hasn't taken any time off whatsoever. He's been in this and that. He was in Wrath of Man. He was good in Wrath of Man with Jason Statham was in Wrath of Man, and Josh Hartnett was in that movie. He had kind of a bit part. He played like a little bitch, basically, in that movie. It was definitely not a typical Josh Hartnett role. It was a very emasculating role for our pal Hartnett in Wrath of Man, where Jason Statham got to do all the ass kicking in it. So, but yeah, Sean, appreciate the suggestion on that right there. I'm over here, like, in my mind, trying to figure out like how you would pronounce that, like Bun Raku or Bun Raku or Raku or Bun Raku. I'm gonna say it like it's a Japanese word. Bun Raku. You have offended your family name, Bun Raku. You must commit seppuku. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. All right, where are you? All right, I'm a dumbass. Yep, absolutely, right there. I'm just trying to get the show back on track right here. So now that wasn't very funny, but Trap unexpectedly did have some funny moments in it. For example, when Riley, his daughter, Cooper's daughter, got to be what Lady Raven calls her dreamer girl for the concert. So according to the movie, every Lady Raven concert, because Lady Raven, she's like the Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande character in this. And I'm imagining probably like Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter or Ariana Grande, blah, 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 name your pop star. Might do something like this where they bring on a lucky fan, okay, on the stage, for a song to dance with them and all that stuff. So I don't know. I've never been on that. Sean's like, Ben Raku. Oh, Ben Raku. Oh! Or maybe it sounds like that's like an Israeli university. Ben Raku or Ben Raku. All right, hey, go Fighting Zionists. There you go. I graduated magna cum laude from Ben Raku right there. Absolutely. But Lady Raven, so she invites up a lucky fan to the stage as her dreamer girl. And so before that, of course, if you've seen the movie, you know that what leads up to this moment here is, because I should set the table. So Josh Hartnett's character, his name is Cooper, and he's got his daughter Riley, and it's revealed that Riley has had some friends that have been dissing her. They haven't included her in some stuff they've been doing, and they've just been snubbing her. They're like teenage girls do. They're pretty much bitches right at that age, and not all of them, but some of them are. And so in this case, apparently her friends were being real bitches and neglecting her and not including her on some stuff. And so she, of course, understandably, she's hurt. She's got some hurt feelings, and her dad taking her to this concert hopefully put some salve on that wound, right? And so Cooper, he's walking around the concourse, right? As part of him trying to escape the trap that has been set for him, that he realizes has been set for him. And then, of course, these teenage girls that have been neglecting Riley, their mom shows up and, hey, Cooper, how you doing? She's like at the same concert, and she's like, hey, yeah, my girls are here at the concert, and where's Riley? Is Riley here? And it's revealed, that again, it's reinforced that the girls have been dissing Riley and that kind of thing, and so Riley is hurts and that kind of thing, and so it's kind of that's the table. We've set the table for this next part of the movie, and then we've got so then Riley's dad Cooper, as part of trying to escape the concert, he goes up to M. Night Shyamalan, who's playing the spotter right at the concert. And it turns out his character is Lady Raven's uncle, right? And the very first dude that Cooper ends up seeing or talking to, because he leaves the seat, because he's looking around like, who can I talk to maybe get my daughter to be the dreamer girl, so we can get up on the stage and get backstage, and then we can escape backstage, because earlier in the movie, Jamie, the merch table guy, he said, well, the whole place is locked down except backstage. So obviously that gets Cooper thinking. So he's trying to figure out any way to get backstage, right? And so he's like, oh, I gotta get my daughter picked to be the dreamer girl by Lady Raven. And so again, another one of the preposterous moments of the movie is he leaves the seat to try to hunt somebody down, and the very first person he makes contact with happens to be the spotter, happens to be Lady Raven's uncle, happens to be a guy that can get his daughter up on stage as the dreamer girl and whatnot. Like, really? The first guy? Really? Okay. Whatever. And so then, lo and behold, I'm sure you guys could see where this is going. Obviously, especially if you've seen the movie, M. Night Shyamalan, playing Lady Raven's uncle, comes up, to Cooper and Riley and says to Riley, hey, would you like to be the dreamer girl? And of course, Riley's like, oh my God, and she ends up on stage being the dreamer girl. She's backstage. She's up there. Lady Raven's out on the stage. She, mentions over or gestures over to Riley. Hey, Riley, come on out. Join me on the stage. Come on, you're my dreamer girl. And so Riley gets out there on stage. She's dancing and singing with Lady Raven. And this is one of the funny parts of the movie, because, of course, the bitchy friends or ex-friends of hers, probably in this case, are out there in the crowd, and they see their former friend that they've been dissing, and she gets to be the dreamer girl up there on stage, right? And so they're like super, super jelly, okay? And so I thought that moment was funny, where you see, the girls that were dissing Riley, and they're up in the nosebleeds with their mom, and they're like just getting on their mom's ass. Like, why did you get us up there? You should have got us up there. How did you not arrange us to be the dreamer girl? What the hell? What's Riley doing up there? Oh my God. They're just like ripping their mother in a new asshole, right? And then her mother is their mother is like just right back at him, just biting at him. Just, get off you're my daughter. I'm the mom. I'm gonna kick your ass. It's just hilarious just watching the chaos up there. And so I thought that was one of the funny moments in the movie, there. So, I mean, it's just, and the theater thought it was funny as well. So, I mean, it wasn't just me. That moment definitely got a good laugh right there. But yeah, check this out right here. And Sean says, it's like speaking of Ben Raku, it's like the Wild West, but guns have been outlawed. So it's all swords, and Woody Harrelson is in it too. And it's all about gang fighting, and it's fucking cool. Totally unknown. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, man. I feel like I've been neglected on that. It kind of reminds me of, is that TNT or FX? Somebody had was it Into the West or something like that, or into the Borderlands or something like that. There was a TV series like that, where it was like the Wild West, but guns were outlawed, and pretty much everybody knows martial arts, and everyone uses katanas and shit, and so it's kind of cool like that. So I'm wondering if that TV series was based off of that movie right there. But yeah, definitely gonna check that out. So I'm gonna have my administrative assistant write that down. But yeah, there's other funny moments in Trap as well. I mean, I thought that when Kid Cudi was in the movie towards the end, and he plays like this diva pop star character that appears to be like a mentor to Lady Raven, because she mentions like, oh yeah, I couldn't do this without this other pop star. I forget what his damn name is, but Kid Cudi, who's been in other movies as well. He was like in X, the horror movie. He was in that. He was also in what was that Christmas movie last year? Oh, Silent Night. He was in Silent Night with Joel Kinnaman last year. And so he's been in other movies, but Kid Cudi is a real diva pop star, kind of a bitchy character, because they show him constantly like bitching at an assistant. And so when Cooper and Riley go backstage, they're like in the hallway backstage waiting to talk to Lady Raven, and Kid Cudi, saunters on by Cooper, and apparently Kid Cudi wants to break him off a little Cooper, a little something right there. And so he's just kind of like looking at Cooper as eye candy, pretty much just objectifying him. Like, he's not just a piece of meat, Kid Cudi. Come on. But it's pretty. So I thought it was kind of funny, and the whole theater was like cracking up at it, like, "Whoa, Kid Cudi, what the hell?" You're definitely the opposite of what you were on the movie X there, because the movie X, he was like this badass porn star, just breaking bitches' backs in X, and then in this one he's he's pretty much just anyway. Moving on. All right, there we go. Felt myself going down a trail I did not want to go down there whatsoever. So, all right, well, let me spice things up. Let's split things up here a little bit in the show, where I just want to let you guys know all about our tdpn.locals.com website right up there, as I put my finger right in my face. And our tdpn.locals.com website, what that is that's the Till Death Podcast Network website, where we have all our great content like videos and blogs and articles all about movies and entertainment and life advice, like Sean, who's in the chat right now. He put some great life advice articles out there, some of his great musical content out there, because he's a badass bass guitarist. And then also got political stuff out there, politics, hot button sizzling topics of the day that everybody is talking about. But if you want a unique perspective that not everyone is rehashing ad nauseum, you want it presented in a different way, well, check out tdpn.locals.com, where anybody who's anybody is going to tdpn.locals.com. And as you see down below, if you put in promo code TDPN right there, you're going to get 1 month free membership to that very website. So that means you get free reign. Okay, you got carte blanche, full freedom all over that website. And then after that 1 free month, this is a measly $3 after that. Okay, it's $3, nothing. That's nothing. And then, so, but if you go there right now, if you're not a premium member, there's some content you can see, but you don't get to see the real good stuff. I mean, the primo product, you don't get to see that unless you're a VIP member. And so, like it says down below, If you put in promo code TDPN, you get 1 month free VIP membership. All right, you get to sit up in the VIP section with the bottle service and the hot waitresses. There you go. But check it out right now. All right, don't let your friends or your family beat you to the punch, man. You don't want them getting there first and they're referring it to you instead of the other way around. All right, so you snooze, you lose, right? So there you go. Check it out. All right, so and also, hey, let me remind myself to remind you to smash that like button down there, right? If you're liking what you're watching, if you're digging what you're hearing, yeah, go ahead and just pummel that like button down there as well. Whether you're watching it live or you're watching it later on. If you're watching it later on, say you're watching it in the year 2026, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, there you go. How you doing? Hopefully everything's well. But now hopefully that has enticed you to hit on that like button down there. And also while down there hitting buttons, if you haven't already, hit that follow or subscribe button down there, okay? Because I want you to be part of the family. I want you to be part of the movies mob, all right? So, but unlike the mob, if you want to get out, all right, it's not going to take a bullet to the head or the witness protection program, nothing like that. Okay, all right. If you want to get out, you can. All right, so you just gonna have to leave your firstborn child behind. But that's it. Okay, that's it. That's small price to pay, right there. So, and then also, if you haven't already, hit that notification bell down there. All right, so it's down there somewhere. It's down there. It's bound to be down there somewhere. Hit that notification bell, and it does exactly like what it sounds like. It notifies you when there's a brand new episode of Movies Merica ready for you. All right. And then also, like I was talking about earlier, like I was mentioning earlier, if you're somebody that's not watching this live, you're watching it later on, I still want to hear from you. I want to keep the lines of communication going. There we go. And the way that we can do that is if you get in the comments down below. And yeah, check it out right there. Okay. Let me know. Hey, what did you like about Trap? What did you hate about Trap? Okay, who's your favorite character? You can also let me know. Hey, if you think I'm doing something that's really annoying the hell out of you, let me know, okay? And then I will do more of it. No, I'm kidding. You know what? I'll see what it is. And if you say that annoying thing I'm doing is breathing, all right, come on. I know where you're coming from there. So, all right, Mom. Okay, yeah. Or if you know there's something that I'm doing that you really dig and you want me to do more of it, let me know in the comments as well. Absolutely. Or a movie you want me to review. It's all good right there. So, all right, enough about that. Let's move on with this pop stand. But hey, let me get a swig off tonight's brew here, which I will be reviewing later on right there. And if you guys are drinking, hey, toast. All right, so hoist them up and let's cheers to you. All right, so it's pre-Friday. It's time to start kicking back and getting ready for the weekend right there. So let's do this. Oh yeah, I needed to get a drink right there because I could feel like that frog from what super sugar smacks or whatever it is. Is that the cereal that the frog is on? I can feel that developing in my throat. So hopefully I don't start sounding like an dad later on in the show right there. So yeah, definitely do a little housekeeping right here. Make sure everything is on the up and whatnot. Make sure that China is not hacking the show or anything like that. So no, I think we're good to go right there. All right. So hey, and if you're lurking, so what we call people that are watching the show but aren't getting in the chat, we call you lurkers, okay? And God bless you for watching the show. We appreciate it. If you're watching the show live, pardon me. If you're watching the show, God bless you, all right? And 1,000 blessings to you and your family, okay? But if you want to go the extra mile, if you want to be epic, all right? So if you want to be a legend, Mr. Wayne, get into the live chat. All right? All you have to do is say hi, okay? That's all you can muster up. Just get in the live chat and just say hi, okay? Now, if you're having trouble like spotting it, if you're watching this live, you're like, where the hell's the damn chat at? Well, typically it's like down below, the display where you see my happy face, right? down below, or it's off to the side or somewhere right there. It'll say live chat or chat. Okay. And obviously you'll see, other chatters in there and that kind of thing. And then usually down at the bottom, you'll see the little box where you type in your little message and that kind of thing and hit the old arrow or whatever it is to send your message. Very easy. All right. It just takes a little bit of looking on the page. But then once you spot it once, then from now on, you're going to know exactly where it's at. And you get in the live chat and just, hey, if it comes down to it, put a shit emoji in there or whatever. Shit emoji, hi. Put you're an asshole, whatever you want to put in the live chat. By all means, you have full freedom. Okay, so because we still believe in freedom of speech in this. Well, some of us do. There's a particular political party that doesn't believe in freedom of speech, but we won't go into that. Wrong show, wrong podcast for that right there. Okay, so all right, so now this movie's third act was mine nominally stupid. Okay, so if you listen to my spoiler-free review that I did back on Sunday, you know that I liked the first two acts, but the third act was, oh God, it was just like, I wanted to wring the third act's neck. Okay, I actually wanted to wring M. Night Shyamalan's neck. I mean, it was just a special kind of moronic. Okay, excuse me. And let me get another drink right there. So I say when you get like a frog in your throat, the worst thing to do is go. So the best thing to do is this. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that big wheel of cheese like Baxter on Anchorman right before the show. I shouldn't have done that there. So, but yeah, the third act, I mean, it's like, I think this is when M. Night Shyamalan was starting to get a little sleepy when he was writing the screenplay. Okay, I think like he had some good inspiration, some interest invested into the story in the first two acts. But then by that third act, he's like, God, I got to wrap this sucker up. Like, how am I going to wrap this sucker up? Like, what the hell am I going to do? Like, right now, I'm so sick of this writing the screenplay. Really, what I want to do the screenplay is
It'll burn and burn and burn.
That's what I want to do to it right there. So I got to start writing some stupid shit just to get this screenplay done, because really I'm writing this movie just as a platform to produce or present or feature my daughter's music and that, because she's trying to get her music career off the ground, and her dad just happens to be a famous Hollywood director. So lucky break for her, right? So I think in the third act, I think M. Night was just phoning it in, just half-assing it. Okay. And we're supposed to believe, okay, that a famous pop star is going to try to go toe-to-toe with a serial killer, especially one that is threatening to kill another victim with the press of a button on his phone. We're supposed to actually believe that shit? Like, are you kidding me? I mean, does Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter seem like the kind of people that would put themselves in mortal danger in that situation? Come on. No, there's no way. On top of that, they make Lady Raven out like she's this well-trained law enforcement agent who knows all kinds of tricks off the cuff, like she's Clarice Starling from the Silence of the Lambs or Hannibal, right? I mean, but this was just Shyamalan writing something that put his daughter's character in this absurd, heroic girl boss light. I mean, it was totally obvious, okay, because in the when she is in the limo and she is being threatened, or Cooper's latest victim, who's in the basement of some nondescript place, he's being threatened, okay, and so Cooper's trying to get out of the clutches of law enforcement, trying to get out of the trap. And so Lady Raven was in the limo with Cooper and Riley, and Cooper gives Lady Raven an out. Okay, he's like, you can just drop us off anywhere right here, like a short distance from the concert. He's like, hey, you can have your driver drop us off anywhere right here. We'll find our car from here. And what does Lady Raven do? Lady Raven's like, nah. You know what? I'm just going to be this total girl boss. Okay, I'm gonna be this total heroine here. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go all salt, like Angelina Jolie in that Salt movie, or pick your female law enforcement protagonist, right? I'm just gonna be this girl boss, and I'm gonna say, hey, do you want me to go to your house there, Riley? I can go to your house and that kind of thing, and at that moment, I was like, kind of, someone was sitting over here on my left. I'm like, really? Really? And I could see other people in the theater kind of looking at people, to their side, like, really? Really, honey? Do you really think that Taylor Swift would do that? Are you serious? Really? No, come on. And now at that point, I knew that Lady Raven was played by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter in real life. And so I was like, all right, I see what's going on. I think I know where this is headed. And so then they get to Cooper's house. And at this point, this is really when Lady Raven can just bid them a fond farewell, bid them adieu, bon voyage, see ya. Because at this point, she knows where they live. So she could say, she could just bail on him and then like have her drive her a block away. And then she could just call the cops right there. Hey, cops, hey, I know the butcher. He took me hostage. I know where he's at. He's at 123 Apple Street, okay? And be done with it. She could have left right there. But nope. M. Night needs this little girl to be the ultimate girl boss, okay? And save the day and be the main character of the show, okay? And at least in the third act. And so she's like, hey, I can come inside and see your house and whatnot. I could play whatever, I'd love to see the inside of your house. And so she goes in the house. Mrs. Cooper. I mean, Cooper's got a wife, right, in this movie, and so Cooper's wife busts out, the accoutrements, the hors d'oeuvres or the pie or the cake or whatever they have on hand. Because, my God, this is a world famous pop star that we have in our house right now. What the hell is this? We got Ariana Grande in our living room. What the hell? She's sitting right there. She's like right there. Like there's our coffee table and there's Ariana Grande. Oh my God, this is nuts. Holy shit. And so they're entertaining her. And of course, Cooper's like, don't you really got to go? I mean, we've held you up long enough there, Lady Raven. You've been so nice. The door is that way. All right. So, but Lady Raven, just being the total girl boss she is, she's like, no. Hey, don't you guys want me to play you a song before I leave? I see a piano right over there. Oh, how about I play a song for you? And so she's just trying to stay there as long as possible because she's trying to save the guy and whatnot. And again, like, there's no way. Okay, I'm not trying to besmirch the character of world famous pop stars and whatnot, but come on. And so she uses that opportunity to grab the phone of Riley. Okay, so grab the phone and then she just plays her song and whatnot. And of course, Riley and the family are loving it, because even Riley's mom, like, oh my God, this Riley plays this song all the time. Oh, this is great, And so then girl boss, after she's done playing the song, while Cooper is distracted, grabs Cooper's phone, runs into the bathroom. Of course, Cooper's got to play it cool because his family doesn't know he's the butcher. And so, of course, he's running towards the bathroom. Hey, Lady Raven, pretty please the sugar on top. Going to have my phone back. Just banging on the bathroom door. And of course, girl boss is in the bathroom using Cooper's phone and I don't know how she got into the app to where she could see the video footage of the dude in the basement, Cooper's victim, where she could talk to the guy. I don't know if maybe Cooper had it unlocked already whatsoever. Maybe he did. I just missed it because I've only seen the movie once. But she's talking to the victim. She's got the app. She's talking to him. Hey, okay, can you tell me like clues to where you're at? And he's like, all right, well, I think I saw like a statue with a lion's head that was broken. And I remember like there's I think there was a blue door on the front of this place that I'm in now. And so then her being this world famous pop star, she gets on like Instagram or someone or TikTok, and she starts live streaming on there. And hey, my super fans, I need you to help me out. We need to help this guy out. He's gonna die if you don't let me out. So does anybody here live by a statue with a broken lion head? Oh, great, you do. Okay, so do you know of a place that has a blue door that's by your area with that statue with the lion? And the lion said, "Oh, really? Okay, well, yeah, call the cops and let them know the address of that place." And so she's doing that, in true girl boss fashion, that kind of thing. So, and of course, the whole time, Josh Hartnett or Cooper's on the door, boom, 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 boom. And of course, Cooper's family like, "Dad, lay off! What the hell? She's just in the bathroom. She's just pinching a loaf. What the hell, Dad? Like, you're embarrassing us. Like, who cares if she's got your phone? Who cares? This is Lady Raven. My God, Lady Raven. She can have your phone. She can have your belt. She can have your pants. We don't care. It's Lady Raven. She gets whatever she wants. Dad, back the fuck off. And so that so the whole time we're like, oh my God. The whole time I'm rolling my eyes like, really, M. Night Shyamalan? You're like this shameless with your daughter's character. All right. But that's not even the worst of it right there. Okay, so then Cooper eventually gets into the house, okay, and he grabs Lady Raven, and basically he's still threatening to kill the guy, right? And gets her into his car. They're going to take off, okay, and he thinks his family is up in a bedroom upstairs. He's got his family up there, locked them in and whatnot. Before the rest of it goes down, then Lady Raven really thinks she's Clarice Starling, or Dr. Melfi from Sopranos. Sean, if you're still watching, you like that shout out, right? I like that reference. Dr. Melfi from Sopranos, and tries to start going all psychoanalyst and psychiatrist, kind of criminal profile. Starts trying to do that with Cooper, and starts trying to pretend like she's his mother, and you're a bad boy, Cooper. All right, you've never done anything good enough. You need to stop this shit right now. And Cooper, of course, not being a complete dumbass, like, all right, Lady Raven, I see what you're trying to do. All right, you're trying to like get in my head and whatever. You're trying to shut me down, that kind of thing. Doesn't work, okay? Of course it doesn't, okay? But just the sheer fact that M. Night Shyamalan wrote that in for his daughter, okay? It's just insulting, right? And you're like, okay, come on, like you're really just overdoing it with trying to make your daughter this particular character and that kind of thing. So at this point, about Shyamalan, I'm like,
you are a retard.
Straight up, okay. But so then Cooper, he's not falling for that shit. He opens up the garage door, and whoa, lo and behold, that's there's his family in the driveway, and they're blocking his path. He'd have to drive over his own family to be able to to get out of the driveway and hit the open road and whatnot. He's not going to do that. Well, of course, by that time, the Popo is coming down the street. Okay, he's got this. You got the SWAT team showing up and all the cops and that kind of thing. And of course, the whole time that Cooper is staring out the windshield at his family, he can't believe his eyes. Like, oh my God, my family! They're trying to stop me. What the hell? Oh my God, they turned on me. So he's shocked, right? He's shocked because of that. He's also shocked, I'm sure, because like, oh my God, the gig is up. I'm about to get caught. What the hell? Like, my streak has ended. And so the whole time that he's like staring out like a deer in headlights at his family, of course, Lady Raven's like, I'm just gonna sneak out of the car here. All right, just slips out of the car or whatnot. And he just lets her like, okay, whatever. He wouldn't let her just slip out there because because she has just caused all this shit to go down, right? And so you would think like, no, all right. You've got me caught. I'm busted. I'm never going to see I'm not my family. I'm not going to see him again, or I'm not going to be able to be with them for the rest of my life if I don't get, or I'm going to get the death penalty or whatever. So I'm just going to rage kill your ass right now. You're staying put right here because I'm going to rage kill your ass right now. But does that happen? Hell no, because we need Girl Boss to live for the sequel. Okay, we need Trap 2, Lady Raven lives, or Lady Raven's reign, or something like that. That's what Trap 2 is going to be. All right, so and so she slips out of the car. He knows his goose is cooked, and pretty much all the cops are
Gotcha, bitch.
and so he slips into the house, but before he slips in the house, he says some stuff to his family like, honey, hey, the guy's coming over to fix the water heater on Tuesday, but don't let them rip you off. Okay, it's not going to cost $300. It's only going to cost $250. Riley, it's going to get better with your friends. They're going to want to be friends with you again. And says to his son, "Is like, son, make sure you get that science project done, okay? And everyone have a great life, whatever." So he's saying all these things that makes you, the film viewer, think, okay, he's probably going to like off himself. He's going to delete himself when he gets into the house. And so he goes in the house. The cops start swarming in there. They finally bust in the house. They show Josh Hartnett. He's like going into the closet to get something or whatever. And then they show the cops like busting in the house. And of course, everyone else is on the outside. You're on the outside. The cameras are on the outside. We don't know what's going on in the house. And so the cops on the outside are like, what's going on? What's going on in the house? Like, what'd you guys find? And so the cops come out like, oh, we found there's a tunnel in the closet. And there's a tunnel that goes from his house to the neighbor's house. Of course, because of course there is, right? Hey, we got Buckeye McGroin up in the house right there. How you doing there, Buckeye McGroin? Good to see you. Glad to see you in the chat here, joining the show. All right, so contributing to the movies Merica, spoiler warning, family right there. So I forgot to ask there, Buckeye McGroin. Like, forgive me if I already asked you already, but where's the name Buckeye McGroin come from right there? I don't know if I'm assuming it has something to do with, I was about to say Ohio State University, but I've been reliably informed you have to say it, the Ohio State University right here. So the right there. And hey, there we go, Sam. Welcome to the show. Good to see you here, joining us here, clapping here on YouTube. Great to see you here on the show and joining us here. And hopefully I keep giving you something to clap about right there. But back to Trap here. So again, it's just, and Sam, you're about to hear even more ludicrous stuff here about Trap. So then they discover the tunnel from his house to the neighbor's house, because of course he's got a tunnel from his house to the neighbor's house, right? And so then everyone's like, all the cops are like, all right, we got to move on to the next step. We got to try to find this guy. Lady Raven is still there. She gets into her limo, and the driver for the limo is standing there, and so then the limo driver is told by this guy in SWAT gear, like, hey, limo driver, I'll take it from here. I'll drive her to her house and that kind of thing. And the limo driver for some reason like, oh yeah, totally cool, officer. What's your nuts? Yeah, go ahead and just take my job and just drive Lady Raven to God knows where. Okay, to the nearest remote forest for you to cut her head off with. And like, whatever. Like, limo driver's like, whatever. Okay. So at that, you're like, we all know what's happening, right? We all know what's going down. We all know Cooper is the guy in the SWAT gear. Okay, getting in to the limo to drive Lady Raven to her demise. Okay, and so then the movie just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going, and then for some reason, so Cooper, he's playing a limo driver. He's in a SWAT gear. He drives a little ways away, stops the car, gets in the back with Lady Raven, okay, and lets her know, the trick's on you, the joke's on you, they didn't get me, and now your ass is grass, all right? Now I'm going to drive you out to the forest. I'm going to do ungodly things to you, all right? But first, I'm going to handcuff you to the world's weakest steel bar in this limo right there. Okay, it's the most loosely screwed in bar in any limo across the world whatsoever. Okay, so and then on top of that, okay, after he handcuffs her and starts driving away, Cooper thinks it's a great idea to just drive into the most crowded part of the town. Okay. So, and I don't know how many times or how many parts of town are like this crowded in particular. There, I mean, this part of town had people in the streets crowded all over the place, like it was Mardi Gras or Beale Street or something like that. Like that's kind of. I mean, I know that like on a Friday or Saturday night, you have like little sections of town. There's a bunch of bars and shit and whatnot, but they're not like crowding the streets and shit. Making like it's a pride march or some shit like that. Like it's nothing like that, right? But he happens just like it's almost like he's driving and he looks over to the right, like, oh, there's a big crowd of people. I'll just turn over there. Yeah, there you go. So I can't get away as fast, right? And but he's got to do that because M. Night Shyamalan needs this movie to go in a certain direction, right? And so he basically gets the limo stuck in this big crowd of people. Again, Lady Raven is in there, handcuffed to the world's most pathetically screwed in, handicap bar, I guess is what you would call it right there. And so she breaks it because she's a girl boss, right? It's probably not that it's loosely screwed in. She's a girl boss, and girl bosses have superhuman Hulk-like strength, right? So she gets out of that. She gets the handcuffs off of that. She's able to get the window open, and she's like, sticks her head out. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Taylor Swift. How you doing? Hey, everybody. Hey, help me out. Of course, the whole crowd's like, oh, my God, it's Taylor Swift. Holy shit, what the hell's going on? And so then at that, of course, again, Cooper's like, oh, my God, the jig is up. Oh, my God, I better turn myself in. Hell no. He basically turns over to his right. He's like, oh, I see like a box of merch, like a bunch of Lady Raven merch over there. All right. So and then at that point, it's going to go on. He's going to slip out of the SWAT team gear and just dress like a civilian wearing some Lady Raven merch, right? And so he somehow miraculously he basically does the fastest job at switching out of some SWAT gear into this Lady Raven merch and dressing like a civilian, right? And gets out of the car, of course, without anybody seeing him. Because again, this limo's stuck in this big old crowd of people. Okay, so he's lucky he even got the damn driver's door open, right? Because it's just packed full of people. Gets the door open. Slips on out of there. Of course, by this time, Lady Raven's like out of the limo. She's like, the driver's the butcher. He's the serial killer. And so right after that, Cooper's like getting out of the driver's side door. Not one person in the crowd goes, hey man, she said that this guy's the butcher. Let's get him, and, or at least said, as Cooper's like trying to walk away, not one person said, hey, this dude over here wearing the Lady Raven shirt. Yeah, this is a butcher. Come and get him. Come and get him. Like, not one person did that. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me here? Buckeye McGroin right there. Glad to be here. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you are right here. And a fist bump to you right there. I got Sam over here. They got Swift. There you go. They got her. They got Swift. I think the next one's probably going to have like Sabrina Carpenter, and the next one's going to have Ariana Grande. Or if you want to go old school, we go little Samantha Fox, little Debbie. What was it? Debbie. So fucking one from the 80s. Debbie Gibson. There you go. Go old school. Debbie Gibson. There you go. Really, really old school. But so yeah, he slips out, and so then we cut to his house where it's supposed to be like hours later on after this all went down, and he's in the wind. Okay, he's in the wind. He's out. Police have no idea where he's at. He could be killing other people right now. They have no idea there. And so they cut to the house, and his wife is there at their house. Their kids are off somewhere in some kind of protection, some safety, and that kind of thing. God knows why the mother wouldn't be with them. I mean, they just found out that their dad is the butcher. They're through this totally traumatic experience, but their mother's like, instead of being with my kids and comforting them in this very traumatic, jarring, psychologically scarring time, I'm just gonna hang. I'm gonna hang back at the family homestead, keep this pie company. All right. You never know. I'm just gonna hang back here. I'm gonna let my kids just soak in this terrorizing, psychologically scarring incident with some strangers somewhere else and whatnot, probably down at the local police precinct. All right. I'm just gonna let them just soak in all this serial killer psycho shit all on their own without the comfort of their mother. Okay. And hey, we got the gray man here on the pilled side, and howdy. The man, he's like got the man with no name, Clint Eastwood from the Spaghetti Western. Howdy, how you doing? Yes, that's the right voice right there for that. But so yeah, we're back at the Cooper homestead. His wife is there, just making sure the piano doesn't go anywhere. And then Cooper ends up back at the house in the middle of the night. Okay. And now at this point, I missed a little bit of this because I had to go water the daisies there. I mean, I was like dying. Like in the part where the limo is there in the middle of the town, this big old crowd of people. The whole time I'm like, I got my eyes are watering. I'm like, I've got piss coming out of my eyelids. It's like I had to go so bad. And so at that point, I was like, God damn it, movie, will you fucking end? What the hell? And so I did miss a little bit of like getting back to the house and that kind of thing, but I did catch so she's back at the house, Cooper's back at the house. They're having a heart to heart. It's revealed that his wife is the one that got the trap at the concert going because she tipped off the cops that she thinks her husband is the butcher and that he is going to be at the concert. And so they better start up a trap there. They better set a trap for him. And that's the twist at the end of this movie here. And I'm like, why? What? Why would you? Why, when you worked with the FBI, why was their plan to set a trap at the concert? Okay. And I don't know how much the wife was involved with the trap at the concert. Maybe she suggested this, but why would you call the FBI or local law enforcement? I would hope that she told them, hey, I think my husband is the butcher. Come get him. Okay. What's with the whole concert is a trap thing? I mean, if you think your husband's the butcher, if you've got a wife calling you up, hey, officer, what's his nuts? My husband's the butcher. Why would you not go to 123 Apple Street and just grab him there? Okay. Instead of creating this whole concert that's a fucking trap where you don't know what could happen, right? I mean, he could kill any number of innocents because you've got him at this concert with all these people exposed to this sick fuck, right? And then he's going to bring his daughter there. So his daughter, he could use his daughter as a human shield or something like that. Like, why would you not do that? Or if you have to do the trap thing with the concert, I don't know why you would have to do that. It's just preposterous. But why wouldn't his wife, instead of them having to look around the concert, go, who is the killer? Who is the killer? I don't know. Hey, get back. Shh. Hey, cops, we've got a description. It's a guy that might be black with a big ass afro, or a guy with a tan overcoat. It could be a white dude. We don't know what he looks like. Wife, give him his picture. Give law enforcement his picture. They would just have to look at his picture and go, oh, that's Josh Hartnett. Oh, there he is. Go pick him up. Go get him. Like, why would you not do that? What the hell is up with that? That makes no sense whatsoever. The concert premise is just out there as a vehicle, as a tool for M. Night Shyamalan's real life daughter to get her music out there to the masses and whatnot. Like, what the hell? And you know, if it's her daughter actually doing the singing and the piano playing that you see here in the movie, she's very talented, very talented. So I think she deserves to have her music out there and people, get access to it and that kind of thing. All right. But it's just know this going to see this movie if you haven't seen the movie already, or if you've already seen the movie, this probably occurred to you, and you don't need me telling you this, but this is just a 90-plus minute promotional video for his daughter's music there. I mean, but so it's like this movie literally did not have to happen. Did not have to happen whatsoever. His wife could have just said, "Yeah, I'm getting some serious signs here. I've got evidence that my husband is the butcher. Come get him. All right, I'm going to take the kids. We're going to go over to my mother's. He likes to play Xbox here like Thursday nights. He usually spends like 3-4 hours on Thursday night playing Xbox. So I guarantee that he'll be here. Just play it cool. Go come up in ninja mode, okay, and get him. We're gonna be out of here, okay. Could have just done that. No need for a movie. But I'm like, what the hell is going on with that? So I just thought that was totally preposterous. But if you're gonna have a movie like this with a scenario that didn't have to happen, just make it good. Just make it good right there. Okay. So anyway, enough about that right there. I am getting very, very thirsty. But let's do this brew review time. Should we do the brew review time? I mean, because I am talking my ass off here. Let's do the brew review time. Get it done with right here, because I know you guys are looking forward to the brew review time. Brew review time, I should say. I can't even talk right tonight. I know my throat is, so let's do this. All right, everybody. So let me show you our beer for tonight, and this is a little Anger Celebrator bottom fermented dark Doppelbock beer. And this comes to us from Aing, Germany, all right, which is a little bit west of Munich, Germany, all right, for any of my German viewers out there. You probably know where I'm talking about right there. And this fantastic beer, Celebrator. I don't want to bury the lead. Great beer right there. I want to make sure everybody can see that. Look at that great looking label right there. Get that right up there. Check that out. Look at it. Yeah, look at that. Sweet. This is great stuff. I mean, it's got a good, it's good malty. It's got this like subtle chocolate and coffee taste to it. And I do mean subtle. Okay, this is it's subtle enough to where it has a good taste, to it. Because if it was basically like drinking like a chocolate shake with some coffee mixed in, hell no, I'm not drinking that. That is not a beer. Okay. But it's just got this good, subtle coffee and chocolate taste in it. It's got this sweet, intoxicating aroma. You can just smell that coffee and chocolate in there, okay? And it's got this perfect consistency in it. It's not too thick, not too thin. It just mixes great with the taste. The consistency complements the taste. It's apparently other people agree with me, particularly beer experts, because this thing has won multiple world beer awards. Okay, and it's 6.7% alcohol by volume. Okay, so it's got some heft to it, little heft to it there. But yeah, I mean, the label, like I said, the label is pretty cool. Look at that right there. It's not your typical boring ass label. Right there. Look at that. It's got some character to it. I like it. I dig it. And I'm not getting any money from Anger whatsoever. Okay, so totally objective opinion here, and it has no impact. I'm not getting paid for it whatsoever. Just a good damn beer. I've been drinking Celebrator for a long time, and it's probably not the easiest beer to find, particularly if you live like in a smaller area. I live in a pretty major metropolitan area, so I've got access to it. But if you live kind of in a more remote area, you can go to someplace like Uber Eats. I was about to say drizzly.com, or GoPuff.com. I think drizzly.com got bought out by Uber Eats. So you have to go to Uber Eats to order some, more obscure beers like Celebrator, or GoPuff.com, or Open Bar. It's an app on your phone you can use to order beers that you typically wouldn't be able to get your hands on at your local grocery store, your local Gas and Gulp right there. But yeah, get your hands on some Celebrator right there. It's pretty good stuff. But enough of me yapping about it. I'm about to down a little bit of this. So here we go. Oh yeah, excellent stuff. So Celebrator, Get yourself some. Check it out. It is very, very tasty. And again, hey, if you guys are drinking, let me know in the chat what you guys are drinking. What are you imbibing on? Okay, like what's wetting your whistle? What's hydrating you tonight? Like what's getting you ready for the weekend? Right there, because again, it's Thursday night, it's pre-Friday, and we're getting ready for the weekend. And I don't know about you, but I like to slightly, kind of just subtly, drastically, not drastically, but just gradually drink my way into the weekend. Until eventually at the end of the weekend, someone's got to hold my hair up as I puke into some bushes. That's how we roll. All right. So on that note, hey, that's been Brew Review time. All right. So we are going to move on here with this trap episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning. And yeah, I got definitely other points to this movie right here. And anybody in the live chat, if any of you have seen the movie, let me know in the live chat if you've seen it. If you have, let me know what'd you think of the movie. To be honest, right there. I mean, it's I've heard pretty much everybody I've seen have a review for this. Pretty much just said they kind of like it or they absolutely hate it. I haven't seen anybody that has absolutely loved it. And so pretty much everybody has the same thing that I've same kind of take on it. While for the people that kind of like it, while the movie is at the concert, it's good. But then once they jump into Lady Raven's limo and leave the concert and it gets into the third act, then it's just a pile of dog shit from there. Okay, so I remember the scene from Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum is walking up to the big pile of dinosaur shit. That is one big pile of shit. That third act in Trap, that is one big pile of shit. Right there. So it is. It's nuts. But one thing that maybe not everybody caught here is M. Night Shyamalan. He tried to be clever. I mean, I see what you did there, M. Night Shyamalan. Clever joke having Hayley Mills from the original movie called The Parent Trap. Okay, because there's like a newer version of the movie The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan, I think, is in it. But clever joke having Hayley Mills from the original movie called The Parent Trap from the 60s in the movie titled Trap. Get it? It's a parent that's trapped. The Parent Trap. Oh, you wild and wascally M. Night Shyamalan. And but Hayley Mills, she plays like this FBI profiler. And what got me thinking about M. Night Shyamalan doing that and kind of throwing this inside joke into this movie was I hadn't seen a movie with Hayley Mills in it in a long time. Like Hayley Mills, like what the hell? It's like it's as if I saw a movie with Gene Hackman, because it's been forever since Gene Hackman was in a movie. I think Gene Hackman retired like 15 years ago and that kind of thing. So if we saw a movie with Gene Hackman, like what's going on with this? Kind of weird. So I saw Hayley Mills is in this. Like, what's her most famous movie she's been in? The Parent Trap. This movie's called Trap. I see what you did, M. Night Shyamalan. Oh my God, what are you doing? You crazy, crazy M. Night Shyamalan. That is so crazy.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
So, but I just thought that was kind of interesting right there. Now, Hayley Mills, her character as the FBI profiler. It's a subject of another absurd part of this movie, where that part where Josh Hartnett he creates a distraction with the fryer and the snack shack, I guess, and the concession stand there and in the concourse, and gets the fryer to blow up. He throws like that big bottle of cooking oil in there and creates this explosion as a distraction to get the cops to abandon their post by this door, this exit door, up to the roof. And so, of course, Josh Hartnett gets up to the roof, and of course the cops are up there, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing up here?" "Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, there was like an accident at the concession stand where I work. I just needed some air. It's so dramatic." And so then they clear that, and they think Josh Hartnett or Cooper is not lying about it. And then Cooper just starts kind of asking him, like, "Hey, by the way, like, I saw this lady, older lady, wearing this FBI windbreaker. Like, what's her deal? And instead of the cop going, buzz off, buddy, all right, that's classified information, all right, you don't need to know that. Or going, who would want to know that? Holy shit, I think we got the butcher right here. Grab him. Instead of that happening, instead of either of those things happening, they're like, oh, well, her name is, Julie Smith, and she's our FBI profiler, and she graduated from Stanford, and her favorite cookies are oatmeal raisin, and she's got 2 daughters, 3 sons, and she loves the 12 days of Christmas, and like she just starts giving the guy Cooper, this random dude, all this information about the FBI profile. Like, what the hell? Okay, well, just trying to move the plot forward, trying to help the main character out, that kind of thing. So I just thought that was kind of absurd in this movie right here. So, all right. So now I'm going to show you something that's not absurd. And that would be a video for a sponsor, a fantastic sponsor that we have for the show. And that sponsor is Flip City Magazine. Okay. And you might be asking yourself, like, what kind of magazine is Flip City? Well, allow me to tell you, boys and girls, ladies and gents. So remember back in the day, you would read Mad Magazine or Crack Magazine because you wanted a good laugh, right? You wanted a giggle, and they were pretty dependable at providing you said giggle and said laugh, right? Particularly if you're, sitting on the throne, or you're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl or whatever. You're just like relaxing around on the couch or whatever, right? Taking a break from work, just open up that Mad Magazine and Cracked and laugh your ass off. Well, unfortunately, as we've seen with too many things, with the woke Borg and their march through the institutions, as it's called, Mad Magazine and Cracked, they've allowed themselves to be assimilated by the woke Borg. And now they're not so much in the getting you to laugh your ass off business. They're in the teaching you how to live your life business, all right? And so they're not so funny anymore. Not so funny, not even accidentally funny. And so we needed a magazine to fill in the gap, okay, to take up the mantle. And that magazine is Flip City, okay? But enough from me about Flip City. Let's hear it straight from the source.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right, yeah. So we're making it very easy for you to grab your hands or get your hands on some Flip City. And so as you see there down below, you just got to click on the Flip City link in the description. All right, so just down there, it's calling to you, hey, come click on me. All right, come click on me. Everybody's clicking on me. All the cool kids are clicking on me. Click on me, daddy. Click on me. All right, so listen to the siren song of temptation and get down there. I made it sound more sinister than it really is. It's actually a good thing. Just disregard my evil sounding voice there. But click on the Flip City link in the description and then put in promo code MOVIES and you're going to get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around, everybody. All right. So do yourself a solid. All right. Take our advice. Take our word for it. You will not be sorry, all right? And I've got myself a little Flip City magazine right here, and I read this sucker. I've read this a couple of times here because it's that entertaining. I like me a good laugh, okay? Because I got to tell you, everybody, I've got a very depressing life. It's very sad, very, very sad. And I need a source of amusement. And so Flip City has met that need of amusement because, again, my life is so, so sad. And so, hey, if your life is sad or maybe it's very, very happy and you want to enhance your happiness, grab yourself some Flip City. Look at that. It looks so good, so glossy, so shiny. It's got that, that new magazine smell. So good. All right. So grab yourself some Flip City magazine with that link in the description down below. Do it, everybody. Get it done. All right. So let's move on with the show. Check everything out here. See if we're all caught up. Good to go. And yeah, live chat. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you guys are doing. Any big weekend plans? All right. Just impress me with well, we're going to here, we're going there, we're going to this bar, we're going to there, we're going to go see this concert, that kind of thing. All right. If you want to let me know your credit card number and your PIN number, that's cool. That's cool as well. That's totally encouraged there. Or let me know, hey, what's the last badass movie you saw? Like the last movie you were like, oh my God, I can't wait to recommend anybody to see this movie. I can't wait. All right. I can't wait to tell everybody about this movie. Let me know what that last movie was that was like that. Okay. So now if anybody says Beaches, I got to wonder about you. I got suspicions. I'm going to have suspicions. All right. If you put Beaches or Barbie or something like that on there, I'm going to wonder. A little bit. Okay. So, all right. So I think it's time for my personal favorite moment or segment of every brewery time. There, let's try that again. Of every Movies Merica spoiler warning. All right. And that is, of course, the movie military moments. And what is the movie military moment? What is it exactly? Well, allow me to tell you, boys and girls, ladies and gents. So the Movies Merica, we'll try that again. Movie military moment. That is the opportunity that I've given myself to honor a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, the good old CMH. And I'm doing that just because I'm ex-military myself. And also, I love this country. I don't care if that sounds cornball. If you're somebody that sounds cornball to you, you got problems. All right. You need to do some self-examination or get on the first boat out of this country. Okay. But I love this country. I'm very patriotic. Okay. I think it's the greatest country in the world. All right. So it must be because we're the country that the most people are trying to get to. All right. And so my movie military moment is done because of that, because of my love for country and love of the military and the men and women that serve within it. And so you might be wondering, well, what do movies have to do with military members that have won the Congressional Medal of Honor? As I try to get the sand out of my hair. There we go. Let's try that again. Well, I shall tell you. Okay, allow me to enlighten you. So, as you would imagine, if you are awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, you have to do something very cool, at least visually, right? Okay, something outstanding, something eye-popping, something just otherworldly, right? Like something where if you saw it on a big screen, on a big old movie screen in front of you, you're looking up there, you're like, wow, what? This is amazing. This is, all my senses are just overblown. My God, what's going on here? If you saw it on a big movie screen like that, it would be a really cool movie military moment. There we go. Movie military moment. There we go. I'm going to get it right one of these days. So that's the connection. Okay. So we're going to get into the movie military moment, and tonight's proud movie military moment honoree is one Chief Warrant Officer Frederick Edgar Ferguson, who fought for us in Vietnam. That's where he earned his Congressional Medal of Honor, okay? And I think you'll agree with me that every recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor does deserve their own music. Don't you think? I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask, right? I mean, they did some pretty heroic stuff, right? So they deserve their own music. So let's fire up a little music for them and learn more about Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson, shall we? This is the movie military moment. And for this movie military moment, our proud honoree is one Chief Warrant Officer Frederick Edgar Ferguson, who fought in the Vietnam War. And let's learn more about Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson, shall we? For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson, commander of a resupply helicopter monitoring an emergency call from wounded passengers and crewmen of a downed helicopter under heavy attack within the enemy-controlled city of Hue, unhesitatingly volunteered to attempt evacuation. Despite warnings from all aircraft to stay clear of the area due to heavy anti-aircraft fire, Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson began a low-level flight at maximum airspeed along the Perfume River toward the tiny, isolated South Vietnamese Army compound in which the crash survivors had taken refuge. Coolly and skillfully maintaining his course in the face of intense, short-range fire from enemy-occupied buildings and boats, he displayed superior flying skill and tenacity of purpose by landing his aircraft in an extremely confined area in a blinding dust cloud under heavy mortar and small arms fire. Although the helicopter was severely damaged by mortar fragments during the loading of the wounded, Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson disregarded the damage and, taking off through the continuing hail of mortar fire, he flew his crippled aircraft on the return route through the rain of fire that he had experienced earlier, and safely returned his wounded passengers to friendly control. Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson's extraordinary determination saved the lives of 5 of his comrades. His actions are in the highest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit on himself and the U.S. Army. And we salute you, Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson. And you are this episode's movie military moment honoree. Let's get it done. Thank you for doing all you did for our country. We can't say enough. And that has been the movie military moment. All right. Yes. Give Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson a salute wherever you're at in the world right there. Hey, and if you happen to be like, a friend of Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson's family, or if you're a member of his family, or if you're Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson, I apologize. I don't know if you're still with us. But hopefully, let the family, let the friends of Chief Warrant Officer Ferguson know about this movie military moment. Let them know about this episode so they can check out my humble honoring of their loved one or of their friend right there. And I would think that, hey, they would be touched, all right? They would be moved by this honoree, or they would just think that I'm a complete dumbass and be like, who's this clown? Who knows? Like, we don't know. Who's this guy? Who does this guy think he is, paying honor to my friend, to my uncle, to my grandpa, to my dad, whoever, right? So who does he think he is? Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, if you do appreciate the movie military moment or anything else I do here on this Thursday night show or my Sunday show that I do, and if you appreciate it enough, if you're like, man, I got this money burning a hole in my pocket, I could give it to the United Way, I could give it to that homeless shelter down the street, but you know what, Van, you're a swell guy. I think you're a marvelous person, a marvelous human being, and it's a pleasure to be able to watch your show and hear your velvety smooth voice. Well, if you feel that thankful where you want to give me some money, well, by all means, we do have ways you can do that exact thing right there, okay? And so how you would do that is if you're checking me out on Rumble, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant. And how you do that is down by where you type in your live chat message there. You just click on the button that has the dollar sign on it, okay? And when you click on that, it's going to ask you how much you want to donate. That's all there is to it, okay? Now, if you're on YouTube, you can give me what's called a super chat, and that's going to work really close to the to the same way it does on Rumble. Down by where you type in your live chat message, down there somewhere, down where you type in your live chat message, there's a button with the dollar bill on it. Just click on that, and again, it'll ask you how much you want to donate. That's it. No muss, no fuss. Very easy. Okay, give me $1 or $2, or $500, whatever. Right. So hey, your kids don't need to go to college. Come on, your kids don't need to go to college and get indoctrinated by a bunch of commie professors. That money is better in my hands. Yes. That way I can buy all those movie box sets I want. And I can't. I would donate it. I would donate it to an orphanage somewhere. Yeah, right. And then finally, if you're on the pilled side of things, like the Gray Man or anybody else, okay, if you're lurking and watching me on the pilled side there, and you're like, man, I'm just so full of gratitude, man. Your show is so awesome. I just want to show you my appreciation some way monetarily. Well, your prayers are about to be answered. Get ready to be happy, because on the pilled side, you can give me what's called gold pills. And in the pilled world, gold pills equate to moolah, to scratch, okay? And I just got to give me a certain number of gold pills, and that'll give me money, give me moolah. And then I can go out there and get those box sets, okay? Maybe I can get that director's cut of Beaches that I've had my eye on so long there, okay? So, all right, that's enough of me trying to coerce you into giving me money. And again, hey, that's only if you feel like it. Don't feel like I'm guilting you into doing it. If all you can do is watch the show, or refer my show to other people, just send them the link. That's totally cool as well. That would be fantastic if you would do that. All right, so we're gonna get ready to wrap up this episode here. I'm gonna kind of cut it short because kind of feeling under the weather. I've been trying to power through this show here tonight, okay, but not trying to bellyache and bitch and moan too much about feeling a little under the weather. But you know what? You guys mean that much to me. I wanted to do the show here tonight, okay? But next week's show, so next Thursday's show is going to be about Cuckoo. Yes, Cuckoo is the movie for next week. And you might be wondering, what the hell is Cuckoo? What is that? And well, am I going to tell you about what Cuckoo is? Yeah. Cuckoo is a horror movie. Okay, it's going to be it's one of the I guess it looks kind of like the latest elevated horror movies. Okay, so if you think like A24 with their movies like Hereditary or Midsummer, Talk to Me, that's what some people would consider elevated horror. Okay. And so I think Cuckoo is the next in line with that. I can't remember if it's A24 or Blumhouse or whatever, but it looks interesting. It looks very interesting. And so that's why I wanted to choose it for my movie this week. I definitely didn't want to choose Borderlands because, my God, Borderlands. Have you seen the fucking reviews for that so far? I haven't seen any reviews, but I've seen the ratings for it on like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Not good. Not good. Not at all. It's it's not good. It's very, very bad. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna torture myself with going to see that movie and reviewing it, and I'm not gonna torture you with something that's even worse, which is a review of a shitty movie. Okay. I think me just warning you away from Borderlands like this is enough. Don't go see it. Okay. So I know that some movies, they turn out good, even though the majority of critics and people hate them. Those are diamonds in the rough. Okay. Those are diamonds in the rough. All right. Most of the time, the critics and particularly the audiences know what they're talking about when they rate a movie like it's dog shit. So don't go see Borderlands. But I'm going to go see Cuckoo. That's the movie I'm going to go see. And so my Sunday spoiler-free review this Sunday at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, and 1 Pacific will all be about Cuckoo. That'll be a spoiler-free review about the horror movie Cuckoo. And then, of course, a week from tonight, Movies America's spoiler warning will be about, guess what? Cuckoo. Okay. And you'll probably do that a whole lot during both the shows are cuckoo. But hopefully I don't feel like I went cuckoo by choosing to go see that movie. Hopefully it's a good movie. I've been doing pretty good with horror movies lately. Maxine was good. Long Legs was good. There's so not a bad year for horror. Late Night with the Devil was a good horror movie there. So very, very good. All right, so that's the movie for next week. Let me check here. Let's do this here. Looks like we're good there. All right, so let me turn you on to some places that you should go, some locations that you should go to and save them as favorites in your browser. Okay, these are good websites. They're that good where you should just favorite these and longingly embrace these as favorite websites. Okay. And so the first one is solo.to/moviesmerica as I grab a swig because I could feel a frog in my throat emerging. So bear with me just a moment here. Love that calibrator. All right. Love that Joker. All right. Tim Burton's Batman, 1989. But the first place that you should definitely favorite in your browser, if you haven't already, is solo.to/moviesmerica. And what is there is all the links to anything Movies America. Okay, so it's got a link to my X page, my Rumble page, my Pilled page, critic lists, letterbox page, Facebook, what have you. That's just the one-stop page for all Movies America links. So definitely go to solo.to/moviesmerica and favorite that page. You will not be sorry. And then we have moviesmerica.com. And that's where all my audio-only versions of my spoiler-free reviews that I do on Sunday. Pardon me. Man, Calibrator is working against me. So moviesmerica.com, that's where you go for the audio-only versions. And also, if you go to like Google Podcast or Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all those places, any place where you would imagine that you can listen to podcasts, Movies America is out at those locations on podcast form. There you go, in podcast form, I should say. And it's the spoiler-free review that I do on Sundays. My Movies America spoiler warning, I don't put that in podcast form. But my spoiler-free reviews, those are out there for your podcasting listening pleasure. All right, and then X and Instagram, I'm out there under the handle of @MoviesAmerica. I'm on Gab under @MoviesAmerica. There's a number of other platforms I'm on underneath that same Movies America handle. Pilled, Rumble, Facebook, okay? And if you go out there and you find me out there, follow me. I mean, just hit that follow or subscribe button, okay? If you would, please, that'd be fantastic, okay? I want to welcome you to the family. And then what you can do here, if you are so inclined, is direct message me, DM me on X at my @MoviesAmerica account, and just let me know, like, hey, Van, hey, Chucklehead, I followed you on this platform and that platform and that platform. So you need to follow me back there, bro. And I will do that, brosif. Okay, I will follow you back because you did me a solid in following me. So yeah, follow me on all those platforms under @MoviesAmerica. Now, if you happen to find like multiple Movies Americas at these platforms, big clue. It's the Movies America account with all the videos on it. Okay, so a shitload of videos, like 200 plus videos in there. All the other ones don't have dick on them, so those are not the movie. Those are not the right Movies America. Those are imposters. Okay, so all right, moving on to tdpn.locals.com. Not going to go into that too much because I talked about it earlier. But again, that's our Till Death Podcast Network website with all our great content for you to check out. All right. And then we have our merch store to check out. And our merch store, we have our merch store link in the description down below. Just down there, just keep on looking down there. Because if you don't feel like having to copy down that HTTPS address, which I don't blame you, I wouldn't want to copy that. You can just click on the merch store link in the description there and get yourself Movies America merch. You get yourself Movies America t-shirt, shot glass, cell phone case, what have you. Hell, you can even get yourself some Movies America yoga pants, okay? Now, if you're a chick with like 27 folds and five chins, please don't. Please don't. For the sake of your fellow man, please don't. Okay, we don't need any Michelin men looking people buying the movies Merica yoga pants. Okay, it's a bad representation. Bad representation right there. Okay, so yeah. And no, I am not I'm not worried about being Mr. Body Positive. All right. So yeah, if you're fat, you're fat. Okay, there you go. Hey, Flip City Mag, right there. Good to see you there in the Pilled live chat right there. And hey, yo, how you doing? Good to see you. And Flip City Mag says that's a lot of videos. Yes. And speaking of Flip City Mag, I talked about it a little earlier. You saw their awesome promo video. Flip City Mag has got a page or got an account on Rumble. Okay. At least, and then on Pilled as well. So check out Flip City's page on Rumble and Pilled, and they might be out on some other platforms as well that I'm unaware of right there. But good to see you, Flip City Mag. Good to see you reporting for duty here on Movies Merica. Spoiler warning right there. All right, moving on. We have the @Till Death Network, solo.to/Till Death Pod Network. I know it's a mouthful. But once you save that to your favorites, you won't have to worry about that being a mouthful. You'll just be able to click on that. And what that will present to you is that's a one-stop shop location for all links to everything Till Death Podcast Network. Everything Till Death Podcast Network. So links to my shows, links to all the other shows on the Till Death Podcast Network. Okay. You will be doing yourself a favor by making that a favorite right there. All right, and moving on to solo.to/Till Death Studios. Why you would want to go there is, say, if you're in the content creation game like Flip City Mag or yours truly, you make live streams or videos or whatever, and you're feeling like the content's a little blah, it's a little bland, all right? It's like saltine crackers without the cheese and the meat, but if you want to add some meat and some cheese and maybe an olive on top right there and make it, spruce it up, give it some flair, Office Space style, well, go to solo.to/Till Death Studios, and my man Ian is going to hook you up with his skills that pay the bills, okay? He'll hook you up with like cool intros, like the intro that you saw earlier, or this cool background that you see here, the Movies Merica background, or the overlay up at the very top that you see there. Cool shit. All right, cool shit to give your content a very professional, polished look. Okay, so but you got to make the first move. You got to go to solo.to/Till Death Studios. All right, and then next we have solo.to/I'm Sean Cav, and I think you're probably getting the idea. Solo.to/yada yada yada. That's where you go for like the one-stop shop for links and that kind of thing. So that's their whole deal. That's their whole game. So, but solo.to/I'm Sean Cav is where you want to go for all the links that have to do with Sean. And Sean is another one of the triple threats, the titans of the Till Death Podcast Network. And he has a show called Sippin' with Sean that he does every other Friday afternoon. And he has assorted other productions that he does. He's got cool life advice opportunities for you to check out. Music-related content that he has because, again, he's a badass bass guitarist. Cool stuff. But if you don't want to have to hunt and peck all over Al Gore's worldwide interweb for all that stuff and make it easy on yourself, make life easy on you, like, why pull your hair out, right? Just go to solo.to/I'm Sean Cav and get all the links for Sean right there. All right, we're steadily chugging along here on this Movies Merica spoiler warning train. And the next one is solo.to/The Whiskey Capitalist. That has to do with that crazy, wacky, and wild and wascally show called the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast that you see every Monday and Wednesday nights, and then every other Tuesday night with my men Ian and Sean on there. And if you want a handy one-stop shop for all the Whiskey Capitalist podcast links, go to solo.to/The Whiskey Capitalist. All right, and last but certainly not least, solo.to/Till Death Podcast is where you want to go for all the links that have to do with the flagship show of the Till Death Podcast Network, the show that started it all on the Till Death Podcast Network, the Till Death podcast. And that's a show that Ian and his lovely bride, Jen, do every other Saturday afternoon. And they basically they do their takes on like the hottest new political news, the hot button topics of the day, and funnies and whatnot. They go over it, marinated in their marital mirth. Okay, they give it the husband and wife treatment there, and so you get to see them go back and forth and all that with their wedded bliss and going over all those topics, and it's quite hilarious. But check that out. And Flip City Mag, I'm glad you caught me live. Hopefully you catch me again, and I will look for your content as well and check that out. I forget if you can do a live show out there or not. So, but because I lose track of so many shows, I'm pretty scatterbrained, so I'm not surprised. But I'll check you out right there. But yeah, just appreciate you joining and checking me out here. Got to go to this show now, and peace. There you go. Peace be unto you. All right. And all right, so that's wrapping it up for all our links, all that you need to check out right there. And let me check out here, make sure, do a little housekeeping, make sure everything's good to go. And I think we are going to go right here. And there's one more piece of business that I need to attend to here on the Pilled side right here. And that is going on. We're going to do this real quick. And I'm going to release the Kraken. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to release the Kraken here on the Pill. As soon as I turn the volume down on that, there we go. It was unpleasant. And I am, for anybody that's still in the Pilled live chat, I'm going to release the scratching. So real quick here, if you're in the live chat, sound off and let me know if you're still in the live chat. Otherwise, I'm not going to release the scratch right here. I'm not wasting the coins. Okay. So, but releasing the scratch, and what that means is, so you remember, like, have you ever seen those things where you put people like in this plastic container and they have all the dollar bills just flying everywhere and they got all the wind flying, and you're in that thing, you just have to try to grab as many dollar bills as you possibly can, right? Well, so releasing the Kraken is like that, except with gold pills. Because remember how I said in the Pilled world, gold pills actually equate to real world money, okay? And so when I release the scratch-in, if I do decide to do that here, everybody that's in the Pilled live chat is going to be able to grab all these gold pills that they want, again, which equates to real world money. So basically, they're grabbing money, real world money there. But if nobody's there in the live chat on Pilled, well, why do that? I'm not going to waste the gold pills. There you go. All right, so let's do this here. Refresh the screen, see if we've got any signs of life over there. And no, so well, it's going to be a real easy show. There you go. So nobody over there to release the scratching too. So all right. Well, hey, I think that's going to wrap up our show, everybody, here tonight. Sorry I had to cut it short here tonight. Again, feeling a little under the weather a little bit right there. So I'm just going to do this show and then just crawl into bed. All right, just get under the covers and make like a little bitch and go to sleep and let the healing power of sleep wash over me right there. But before I do that, just let me remind you, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you.
just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.